Hello, my name is Granny Gasani. I am a part of the Com 370 Principles of Public Relations class. And in the case study I will be talking about today is the M&M controversy that occurred in 2022. So basically, everyone knows the M&M mascots. They're in commercials a few times a year, more so specifically tailored around the holiday season or Super Bowl commercials. In this case, the green and the brown mascot M&Ms received a appearance change. So what ended up happening is the green one, the green M&M's boots were swapped out with sneakers, and then the brown M&M's heels were swapped out with more manageable heels. They were more flat, honestly. And they also added a purple M&M that was a bit bigger. So my take from this is that they were trying to be more inclusive. It is 2024. The political climate and what's politically correct, points to inclusivity and kind of making sure everyone's represented. That is what everyone's doing right now from an entertainment standpoint, in movies, shows, televisions, all that. So that's what it is. So internal factors on this decision being made: brand evolution, diversity initiatives, consumer research. External factors consist of cultural shifts, social media influence. Obviously, social media is prevalent everywhere today, and I think that's where you can find cultural shifts. A lot of this lies in social media. The political climate, like I said, and competitor actions. Everyone's doing this. It's not just the candy brands. It's a way to appeal to as many audiences as you can, but then you're also sacrificing your main stakeholders. So this obviously upset much of America, as Fox's Tucker Carlson had his own segment on it, and it was a recurring segment. He talked about it quite a bit. So this obviously bothered the stakeholders, or some of them. Now let's go back to Christian ethics and how we can apply that as practitioners to appease and to be transparent with our stakeholders. So love is important. Obviously, we are made in the image of God. That's, as a Christian, you believe that. So we should love everybody regardless of how they are, and that should be represented through our company's branding and all of that, from PR to their marketing. Compassion, it's important to be compassionate about these, specific groups, and, compassionate about the stakeholders, and make sure every stakeholder is, accounted for and understands that. And honestly, representation can come through the justice, which, was represented through the M&M thing. Some further Christian ethics that I also found were Eve Harbison Ricuetti of Messiah University. She stated that honesty is the best way to build trusting, healthy, and credible relations between the organization and the public. Additionally, the Bible talks frequently about the importance of speaking truths, treating others how you want to be treated, and walking in integrity. So as a Christian, this spoke to me in the sense of, you shouldn't be afraid to be who you are and trying not to fit in. Like, as a Christian, your goal isn't to fit in. It's to be, wear it, high, wear it on your chest, wear Christianity on your sleeve. Don't try to switch up just because that's what everyone else is doing. Like, stand firm with what you believe in. And I think in terms of like M&M's marketing and Mars, the brand that, is M&M's, I think they had a good system going and they changed it, and all it did was bring negative attention to them. And they ended up kind of reverting back to square one, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Additionally, fairness is a key ethical principle. It can help balance out the pros and the cons, with decision making on marketing and changes in the organization. GCU One Foundation, on the GCU site, they stated that our foundation should serve as a reminder of who we are. That is also significant, we should be we represent our company and our company represents us. Ruth Edgett, in her 2002 journal, Toward an Ethical Framework for Advocacy in Public Relations, she emphasized that once the public relations practitioner has assumed the role of advocate, the interests of the client or organization are valued above those of others involved in the public debate. I think, in other words, this just means that, you know, really, really prioritize your stakeholders and consider backlash, consider the entire picture, look at the entire picture before making any sort of drastic decisions, that will create a PR mess, like the Eminem disaster in 2022. Wasn't really a disaster because what ended up happening is they pulled all of the M&Ms completely, and they released a statement that said, we're not going to, have them out. They're going to be kind of suspended indefinitely. And their goal was to replace those M&M mascots with comedian Maya Rudolph, which we've seen that happen with other companies and whatnot. However, in 2023, in around January, they announced that they were bringing them back for the Super Bowl ad. Obviously, the Super Bowl is like the most televised sporting event, if not event, in the United States every year. So they brought them back for that. So they kind of went back to square one. Regardless, what I took from this is they would be successful and okay either way, whether they rebranded. I don't think people cared enough to, go on strike and, they would lose sales and stuff. And I don't think they would have lost sales if they kept the M&Ms how they were. I think it's iconic. I think, people that are older, nostalgia sells. So either way, they were well off. So thank you.